Today we will be talking about a very special show called The Other Black Girl. It is a show that is based on an equally fantastic novel. The Hulu show injects just enough new life into the novel so that it feels fresh and new. Very few shows blend comedy, horror, and social commentary as well as this one. The entire story is a thrill ride, and we will be talking about the main characters, the themes that are examined in the show, and the ending as well. Of course, beware of spoilers, and let's just jump right into it. Nella Rogers, an editorial assistant, has been a fixture at Wagner Books, a thriving New York City publishing house. However, her journey within the company has often been fraught with feelings of isolation, underappreciation, and marginalization due to her unique position as the sole Black woman on staff. The monotony of her professional life takes an exciting turn when Wagner Books brings in Hazel Mae McCall, another Black woman, who becomes Nella's fast friend. Their newfound camaraderie is short-lived as Nella suddenly receives an enigmatic message that urges her to part ways with Wagner Books. This mysterious directive becomes the catalyst for a series of unsettling events. The harmony in Nella and Hazel's friendship begins to fracture when Nella finds herself in hot water with her boss, thanks to well-intentioned but ill-fated advice from Hazel. To compound her distress, Wagner's employees start displaying clear favoritism towards Hazel, further exacerbating Nella's sense of exclusion and betrayal. In the midst of these challenging circumstances, Nella grapples with a disquieting suspicion that Hazel might be deliberately undermining her in order to advance her own career within the company. The specter of a potential betrayal looms large, casting a shadow over their once solid friendship. However, as Nella delves deeper into the inner workings of Wagner Books, she begins to unearth a dark and sinister history shrouded in secrecy. The discovery of the company's hidden past sends shockwaves through her understanding of the world she thought she knew. Nella's journey becomes a thrilling exploration of corporate intrigue, personal deception, and the relentless pursuit of truth in the face of adversity. Her journey is followed with horror themes throughout, and it's both scary and somehow funny. The transformative journey that Nella goes on is both scary and inspiring at the same time. While the story has a very tense ending, it leaves the door open for future seasons. Nella Rogers, an editorial assistant under the supervision of Vera at Wagner Books, is a diligent and book-smart individual known for her eagerness to please others. However, her tireless efforts have been marked by a sense of weariness stemming from the fact that she's the sole Black woman in the Wagner workforce. Nella's enthusiasm is reignited when Hazel joins the team, injecting a fresh sense of excitement into her professional life. Hazel's arrival serves as a beacon of hope, finally offering Nella the prospect of working alongside another Black woman at Wagner. This newfound sense of camaraderie holds the promise of a more inclusive and supportive work environment, marking a significant and transformative moment in Nella's career at the publishing house. Hazel Mae McCall, the latest addition to Wagner's team, assumes the role of an assistant to Maisie. With an unwavering confidence and a strong, unapologetic embrace of her Black identity, Hazel is a true Harlemite. Her presence at the company brings a breath of fresh air and a unique perspective to the workplace. In her interactions with Nella, Hazel becomes a catalyst for change. She not only empowers Nella, but also encourages her to find her voice and speak out against the injustices she observes within the walls of Wagner. Hazel's fearless attitude and commitment to addressing workplace disparities inspire Nella to shed her reservations and take a stand for what she believes is right. Their partnership becomes a symbol of solidarity, unity, and the pursuit of equity in an environment that may have otherwise stifled individual voices. As Nella and Hazel forge this alliance, they embark on a journey to challenge the status quo and create a more inclusive and equitable workplace for themselves and their colleagues. While through the first half of the story, Hazel is presented as a good person, we soon learn a sinister secret about her. She is actually part of an evil plan to ruin Black women all over the world and turn them into mindless zombies. This is one of the major twists in the story, and serves as a true crossroads for our main character, Nella. The show very smartly presents Hazel as an ally to Nella for the first half of the show. The viewer learns to trust Hazel just like Nella does, so that the twist reveal hurts even more. There are crumbs of information through every episode that show Hazel is not who she seems to be. Still, the reveal is surprising. Learning that she is part of the evil organization is truly shocking for Nella and for us, the viewers. Kendra Ray Phillips. We actually begin the series with Kendra. We see Kendra riding on the train when suddenly she is attacked by white people who almost seem like zombies. This is just a short flashback, but it sets the tone for the entire series. We learn more about Kendra through the story. She was a Black woman who worked as an editor for Wanger Books many years ago. She was also friends with Diana when they were growing up. Kendra actually helped Diana publish and edit her first novel, which was a giant success. Not much is known about Kendra after that. Kendra decided to speak up about the racism in the workplace, but soon after she went missing. Even after many years, she has not been found. Through the series, Kendra almost has a ghost-like presence as she warns Nella to leave the Wagner company. In the first episode, strange things start to happen to Nella, and a vision of Kendra warns her to run away from the company. Owen. He is Nella's boyfriend. They have been dating for almost 3 years when the series begins. Owen works as a principal in a middle school. He is a very understanding partner, and he tries to help Nella with her problems. Still, since he is white, he does not understand some of the issues Nella experiences in her workplace. Diana Gordon. She is a very famous author that is at the center of the story. Both Nella and Hazel think she is the best. Diana is very much a role model for many Black women, but she is especially important for Nella. Nella views her as something to strive towards, and she wants to achieve the same level of status that Diana enjoys. As the story goes on, it's revealed that Diana is one of the major players in the sinister plot to use a special hair gel to turn Black women into mindless workers. Diana Gordon starts as a heroic figure for our main lead, but soon turns into the main villain of the story. This breaks Nella and her worldview as it changes everything about her motivation. Those are some of the major players in this fantastic story. While there are other supporting characters, these few make the story function. Everything is very much centered around Nell and her experience in this insane publishing world full of racial injustice and sinister plans. The Other Black Girl delves into the unsettling reality of subtle racism that pervades predominantly white work environments. However, its approach to this very sensitive topic is through horror and dark comedy. While the show could very much be bleak and boring, it manages to find stylistic ways to keep the plot moving with a fast pace and dynamic moments. From the first moments of the show, it's obvious that this is going to present very real social issues with horror imagery. White people that attack our main character are often presented as monsters or zombies. In her role as the sole Black individual at Wagner, an overwhelmingly white publishing house, Nella treads a delicate path. She is expected to be the go-to person for all things related to Black culture, yet she must exercise caution in not being too candid. She is never allowed to fully express herself and be Nella. She has to be a manufactured version of herself. This is a very clear commentary about white people in power trying to put their Black workers into boxes. Nella is there at Wagner to just fill in a place, but not to truly stand out and get her chance to be creative. The weight of being the only representative of her race, the burden of this expectation, is both insurmountable and very painful. It is a burden nobody deserves, but Nella has to carry through the entire storyline. The Other Black Girl can be seen as a blend of satirical comedy that exposes the ignorance of some white individuals and a horror narrative. While the show often takes moments to really delve into the social issues that Nella faces, it also uses certain elements, like the ominous flickering fluorescent lights, as a way to present these themes in a horror narrative. Racism is ever present in this story, in subtle and more obvious ways, but the show decides to present it with a horror flair that perfectly captures the feelings of our main character, Nella, the feelings of dread, claustrophobia, and just general anxiety. The show has many wild and interesting moments through all the episodes, but some stand out more than others. So as Nell starts to work at the company, strange things start to occur more often. Still, she wants to continue developing her career, and she wants to make a name for herself. Nella starts to closely work with her boss, Richard Wagner. One of the more insane moments comes right in the first episode, at the end, of course, where the tension is highest. Richard invites Nella to join him for a private conversation, and after their discussion, Nella discovers an enigmatic message tucked inside her coat pocket upon leaving the office. The message is urgent, and it tells Nella that she has to leave the Wagner company right away. Nella has no idea where this message came from, so she does not know how to react. Startled by a sudden loud noise from afar, Nella instinctively jumps, her nerves on edge. Simultaneously, the office lights begin to flicker erratically, creating an eerie atmosphere that heightens her anxiety. Without hesitation, Nella makes a beeline for the elevator, her heart pounding with a sense of urgency. As she steps into the elevator, the tension in the air is palpable. In the closing moments of this unsettling episode, the lights inside the elevator begin to flicker once more, casting intermittent shadows. To Nella's astonishment, amid these flickers, she catches a glimpse of Kendra's reflection on the elevator's mirrored walls. It's a fleeting, spine-tingling encounter, lasting only a second, before Kendra's image vanishes into darkness, leaving Nella with more questions than answers. As time goes on, more strange things happen. Hazel acts very odd most of the time, and it's obvious that she is not really a normal person. She is hiding a horrible secret. In one episode, Hazel pays a visit to Malaika's workplace, and in this encounter, Malaika issues a warning to Hazel, cautioning her not to provoke or challenge her. However, Hazel confidently asserts that Malaika has misunderstood the situation entirely. According to Hazel, she is the one who should be wary of crossing her, given her strong partnership with Nella at work. Hazel foresees a deepening of their bond, even hinting at the potential for a lasting friendship. She reassures Malaika that she's firmly established in her current position and isn't going anywhere. Meanwhile, Nella is on her way home, riding the subway, when Shani approaches her. In this unexpected encounter, Shani shares a surprising piece of information, that Hazel is actually Eva. To emphasize the importance of this revelation, Shani discreetly places a note in Nella's purse before departing. In this note, she proposes a meeting scheduled for the following day at 5 p.m., presumably to discuss the newfound information or some related matter. All of these story threads culminate in the reveal that both Hazel and Diana are part of an evil plan to ruin the lives of Black women in the workplace. A hair gel is used to make these women act more calm, mindless, and without creativity. They then become perfect people for the white workplace. During the final episodes of the series, Nella finds out that Hazel is part of a network that works all over the country. This network is charged with wanting to put Black women into white society and making them change their entire personality. The tool the villains are using to complete this plan is hair grease and gel. This product makes Black women into totally different people. Nella also finds out that Diana has been one of the major players in this evil network. Nella is then forced to put on the hair grease herself. Still wanting to remain herself, she only pretends to put on the product in her hair. She basically tricks both Diana and Hazel. This gives Nella a chance to win and explore their evil plot in upcoming seasons. But I want to hear what you thought about this show. Please leave me a comment down below, and thanks for watching.